everybody. Good morning. If you are here in Canada, in Montreal, it is 10:30 in the morning, and my guest today is all the way over from England. What time is it over there, Jordan?
It's 3:30 right now, so yeah, a bit later than where it is there.
Okay, 3 in the afternoon. So today we're talking about camping. Who likes camping? Raise your hand if you like camping. I like camping as long as I'm in a giant tent with lots of extra protection from the rain and like 3 different screens so the mosquitoes don't attack me. But yeah, hey, I'm a real outdoor type of gal. Not really.
Yeah, we don't have many mosquitoes here, so that's good.
Yeah, no, but actually camping is really fun. So we're talking about the veg Kampout. You want to tell us all about it, Jordan, since you're the founder?
Yeah, sure. So Vegan Kampout is the world's largest vegan camping festival, which is, I guess, quite a specific thing, but I like it. And yeah, people come from all over the world, mostly obviously from the UK, and camp out for 3 days, 2 nights. And yeah, there's loads of inspiring talks with lots of influential people from the vegan movement. There's activism workshops, there's live music all weekend, after parties at the nighttime for those that like to have a bit of a party, a bit of a dance, and obviously like amazing vegan food all weekend as well. So that is kind of the basics. Yeah.
That sounds like so much fun. What do you do if it rains the whole weekend?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, the venue we're at right now has like huge buildings, so like all the talks are kind of inside anyway, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, we've been doing this for 5 years and it's never rained, so touch wood. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's your favorite part of it?
Well, I would say like obviously all the amazing inspiring talks, but as you know, kind of when you're vegan already, you know, that's not necessarily the bit you look forward to the most. So I would have to say that like the parties kind of are the biggest excitement for me, because that is how Vegan Kampout started. Obviously, I was speaking with you about George just before, and it's like the first ever Vegan Kampout was just like 400 people in a field who had never met each other, but like were good friends online. And it was like me, George, and loads of other people. And yeah, that was like the reason for it, that we could meet for the first time, have a few drinks, have a bit of a party, and then from there it just grew into an actual festival. So I do like the party aspect of the event.
Yeah. It sounds like so much fun. We meet so many people online as vegan animal rights activists. And a lot of times it's very serious. We're talking about all the abuse that goes on. And so just to break loose on a dance floor with a bunch of people that you feel like you know, but you've never met in real life, just sounds like so much fun. I just absolutely love the idea of that.
Yeah, well, that's what we always say, that like Vegan Kampout is kind of a weekend off for the year where you can let your hair down and have a bit of fun, and not everything has to be serious all the time. And you can see old friends, make new friends, and especially with last year not going ahead, like, you know, people are dying to be social again.
And to have, like, it's almost, I would imagine it's like almost like a mini vegan planet, like just not just the fun of going on, but just the idea that like you're not going to be accidentally be put in front of dead meat. You're not going to bump, like everywhere in life we see so much sadness just walking down the street, you know, McDonald's ads, and we're all triggered by everything. You go to your family and they have, well, not my family, but you know, a lot of people's families, they put out dead animals and milk and eggs, and they're everything to be vegan. It just must be amazing. No having to read ingredients, just like give me that. I would just be eating the whole time.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people say that too, that it is like a mini vegan paradise or vegan world for the weekend. And the kind of main criticism is that it's not much longer, but you know, like that would obviously be amazing, but it's a lot of work as it is, so making it longer would just add to that.
I'm trying to read some comments here. One person I just read, it's like a cult. There you go, it's a cult. Is it a cult, Jordan?
Yeah, are they on about the Vegan Kampout in specific or just veganism? But Yeah, I don't know. I guess if a festival is a cult where people come together to celebrate in agreement on something, whether that's music or in this case, as you know, a social movement for changing the world, then sure. Like, if you want to go by that definition, there's certainly no cult-like activities there. There's no.
All right, you want to read this one?
Yeah, you will need more experience in the chat to be mod.
Oh,
So,
this is just people chatting among themselves. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna ignore this, and you're gonna show us. You have a video that you brought with you, don't you?
Yeah, it's just a short little highlights video that kind of goes through some of the things. Okay, so let me just.
So watch this, everybody. Look how fun this looks like. So this was before
from 2019.
Oh, I like the little V on top of the tent. That's a cute.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So these are just people queuing to get in, getting their wristbands, walk in to set up their tents and stuff. There's a little skate park that you'll see in a minute as well for those that like skateboarding.
A skate park? How fun!
Yeah, well, not a whole park, but just like a skate ramp.
Where did you get that vegan thing made out of the letters? What's the story behind that?
Well, we actually saw it at an American event. Not the same, you know, it was like different letters and different colors and stuff, but we were just inspired by that to do it at Vegan Kampout to add to the whole festival feel. So yeah, that's why we did that. We got them for 2019. We'd never done it before, and people were just taking photos with it all weekend. So
but how do you build something like that? You order letters online?
Yeah, well, my accountant has a friend that does like design work, so I think he built them with some kind of structure inside that meant that people could stand on the letters and lie across them and stuff. So yeah, this is some of the like food that's there all weekend. There's kebabs, fish and chips, ice cream, pizza, burgers, like absolutely everything you could imagine.
Oh, that looks so good.
That's my sister that you just saw, that girl.
Oh, okay. I guess she's vegan.
Yeah. She works for a clothing company called Ethics, which is what one of the stalls was. So they're a vegan clothing company.
Okay. Look at the tents. Oh my goodness. And yoga.
Yeah, so there's like yoga, fitness, meditation workshops there all weekend, and then these are some of the activism workshops. That's David Rams, who obviously you know, James Hoot, I believe. There's a family area, bounce castle, slide, kids activities and stuff. Right,
so a whole family event. How does it work at night when you want to get the kids to sleep and there's all kinds of noise going on? Is there like a curfew, like lights out at night?
Yeah, so the family area is like in the furthest field away from all the noise, so that we can still carry on like partying and the kids can get to sleep. And yeah, there's not too many complaints about noise, so it seems to work. Yeah. So like, these are the after parties that go until like 2 in the morning. Yeah, and there's different genres and for each night and stuff.
Amazing. And are there vegan performers, or the performers are just anybody?
No, yeah, all the performers are vegan as well. I'll turn that off because the video ended. How do you put it back to?
Very cool.
But yeah, everyone on the lineup, like all the speakers, all the performers, all the music, obviously all the food, all the stores is 100% vegan, because you know it kind of takes away from the whole point if there are non-vegans. But obviously lots of non-vegans come to the event, and we very much want that to happen.
So how do you advertise it then for non-vegans? Do you have do you go on talk shows there in England, or do you, I don't know, how does this advertise? I guess it's all word of mouth, really. Is it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we don't really like advertise to non-vegans all that much, just because it is kind of meant as a weekend for vegans. But as a result of just advertising so much, you do get a lot of non-vegans that come, non-vegans with their family, with their friends who just want to come because it's a festival, you know. And
Yeah.
we do have a lot of people that go home being like, right, I'm definitely going to go vegan now, or people that are vegan who went to the activism workshops who then go home and say, right, I'm going to go and join my local activism group. And we know of like entire activism groups that have been set up just from people going to the Kampout. So it does have this like big ripple effect afterwards, which is really cool.
So how did you learn how to do this?
Yeah, good question. I mean, I kind of have
I'm sorry, I just have a note here that if you could lower your volume a little bit on your mic, just a tiny bit.
Okay.
I got some feedback. Not too much, but just a little. Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
So
yeah, so I kind of have a background in like marketing and events because I very much come from like the music world. And so I used to book tours and put on shows for bands and kind of manage bands and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've always known the basics for promotion, but this was taking it to like a level I'd never done before. But I've definitely learned a lot along the last 5 years. So
yeah. And so how did you go about learning everything? Like I'm just looking at the immense organization it takes, even just everything from like getting the wristbands. Do you like Google wristbands for concerts, or like how did you organize it in the computer and everything?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of knew what all the different like areas of a festival that needs to happen, but then when you actually do it yourself and you're like, oh yeah, I need to get this and I need to get insurance and I need to do and all these things, back in the day it very much was me just Googling everything, you know, what insurance do you need for a festival, what health and safety measures do you need, what, you know, where do you get wristbands from, where do you get even them letters from, where do you get design from, like, all that kind of stuff. So
what if somebody wanted to organize a festival over here on this continent over here in North America? Would you be willing to, you know, send them all of your stuff, like what you've learned, to just get the vegan world out there? I mean, to me, the more festivals, the better. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I agree. But it's interesting you say that, because it is possible that we are starting a vegan Kampout in North America next year in a few different locations, and we are doing exactly that, working with another company, obviously a vegan company, to collaborate and me kind of give my expertise and ideas to make it work there. So yeah, that's definitely the plan, and we hope to also start Vegan Kampout Australia next year as well. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loads of different locations.
Well, just don't put them all on the same weekend, and then we can just hop around the world for the whole summer and just go to one after the other, right?
Yeah, that's
dream come true. Where in the United States, is it the United States or Canada that you will be looking into it?
Yeah, United States for now, but there is even talks about Canada as well. I love Canada, so it'd be great to do it there.
Well, come and see me when you're in Montreal.
Yeah, well, I went to Montreal in 2016. That's the only place I went to in Canada. So.
Oh, cool! That was the year I became vegan, 2016.
Oh, really?
So, if you do it in the United States, you should definitely do it south somewhere so that it can be spread year round, so we can enjoy the warm weather. Because the idea of going on a vacation and getting out of the snow is so appealing. But going to a vegan Kampout, now that sounds like fun, like really.
Yeah, well, I think there's talks to do it in Miami and LA, so both warm places. Yeah.
That's great. So who do you have lined up there this year to come to speak? And for those of you who are just joining us, we're talking about the vegan camp that's going to be taking place this August. What's the dates again?
August 20th to the 22nd.
August 20th. Is that a Friday night? Yeah,
Friday through to Sunday.
Okay, so it's Friday night, Saturday night.
Yeah, Friday night, Saturday night, and then Sunday daytime. But the plan next year is to extend it by another day, so that will be exciting. But yeah, some of the people on the lineup this year, we have Russell Brand, if you know who he is. He's like a very famous actor and comedian and podcaster, so that's really cool to have him.
So do you have to pay these speakers?
Some of them, like the big names, you know, who have agents and all that kind of stuff, obviously they have fees and whatnot, but a lot of kind of the activists, they just want to do it to come and talk at the event and you know add their feedback to what they think can be done better in the movement and stuff. So yeah, there's
have you invited Gordon Ramsay to teach him how to cook?
Yeah, not yet.
You should get on that. Give him a
do you know someone called Piers Morgan?
Piers Morgan came?
No, but do you know who Piers Morgan is?
Yes.
Yeah, because he actually did a skit live on TV about how he's not going to be at Vegan Kampout this year. So that was quite crazy to like turn on the TV and have like the biggest daytime program talking about Vegan Kampout. There's like, there's this whole clip of how it's the last place you would ever want to visit. But hey, I guess all publicity is good publicity, right? I guess.
I think when it comes to veganism, pretty much all publicity is good publicity. That's what I think. The more you get people to talk about it. I have another comment about your mic that it's a little bit, I don't like it screeches a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just using my laptop mic.
Oh, okay, that's it. All right. So I don't know if we have any questions here, but there's a lot of people just chatting on their own in the comment section. So if there's anything else that you want to add and to help advertise your camp, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 10% of tickets left, so it will be sold out in 4 or 5 weeks maybe. So that's exciting. So if you do want a ticket, obviously get one soon.
So how many spots are there for actual tents?
I mean, there's 11,500 tickets available, but for like a spot, I guess most people camp in two or three. Spot. So yeah. So yeah, 5,000 to 6,000.
So you don't really care how many people are on a spot. Like you just get you just accumulate at the gate the money, and after that, it's just like we don't care if you're 20 people in a tent all piled up because a lot of students, people don't all have a lot of money.
You do get people that bring huge tents, and there's like 10, 15 people, and there's different bedrooms and a front room, and you see some really crazy stuff. But yeah,
what about campers?
I know someone said about restrictions and stuff. That we won't really know until nearer the time, kind of what countries are allowed to come. So usually we have like people come from 40 countries all around the world to come to the event, but this year that might be a little different. There's a few questions. I live in the UK. How do I book tickets? So if you go to vegancampout.co.uk, there will be a button on there saying buy tickets now. So George, great to see you. Vegan Kampout.
In case you don't know, my guest is responsible for always reading the comments out loud. So
yeah, should I just read it?
Yeah.
Jordan, my man, great to see you on Vegan Kampout is the best vegan social event in the world. Thank you, George. I was just saying how you've been a big supporter since the very start. So yeah.
Yeah, great. So
I think you have a few trolls as usual in the comments.
Oh, of course. So why should we be vegan, Jordan?
Why should we be vegan? Because I think it's the right thing to do morally, ethically. I know you spoke about it yesterday, and even though it shouldn't be the main reason for doing it, the fact that there is environmental benefits when we are dealing with such bad environmental destruction in the planet, I think that's an additional reason to the main reason. But yeah, I guess the biggest reason is that it's just so easy now. It's like there's no excuse in 2021. I know you were saying about McDonald's and Burger King earlier, and they're not really places we should be advertising as vegans, but like if they're the kind of places you eat already, then well, McDonald's and Burger King have vegan options now. So there's really no excuse if you still want to eat great tasty food but don't want to be contributing to animal cruelty. So
yeah, so for those of you joining us, we're talking about the vegan camp out that takes place in the UK this summer in August. It is 2 nights and 3 days. And my guest here is Jordan. He is one of the founders. And we're talking about how much fun it is and all the different workshops that go on. So there is a big kind of a huge outdoor, like a building, I guess, with that you can, well, it's not, it's a building. How do you call that? It's like a tent where the workshops take place, or what do you call that?
Well, at this venue, like, they're like hangars at this venue.
Hangars,
I mean,
that's what it is. Yeah, it's like it's a big sort of outdoor structure where there's bands that play there, and there are speakers on the stage. And for those of you who don't know what Anonymous for the Voiceless is, I saw that you also have a workshop to how to improve. Is that correct?
Yeah, so there's like a building that's just for activism workshops, and loads of people go there to find out how they can do online activism, street activism, kind of the more radical stuff, like, I guess, protests and demonstrations, and all the different activism groups are there for people to go and find out how they can do more, especially if they've only just turned vegan and they're like, okay, I'm vegan now, but how can I actually use my voice, use my time to advocate for the movement? So
is that vegan couple going to be there this year?
They're not on the lineup this year, but they were there last time.
Yes. And what about anybody else that we might know about? Us, this now we're just talking, preaching to the choir here, us vegans. But you had David Rams last year?
Yeah, he was there in 2019.
Yeah.
I mean, with Vegan Campout, there's kind of like some of the big activist names, but then we also have people that maybe aren't necessarily known or famous for being vegan, but they just happen to be vegan. So obviously Russell Brand fits into that category. And then there's a duo called Bosch. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Bosch does the recipes.
Yeah. So they're going to be there this year, and they will be talking about their history, how they built a following, how people can get involved in more like the online social stuff, and they're going to be doing an after party as well, so that'll be really fun. And then who else is going to be there? There's a few like fitness people, like Simnet Nutrition, Derek Simnet from I think he's Canadian as well.
Canadian. I just reviewed one of his videos last week. That's great.
Oh, really? Yeah, he's going to be there. And then Genesis Butler, she is obviously an activist.
She's a young lady.
Yeah, from America.
15, something like that.
I don't even know. Yeah, I think maybe even 14. I don't
14,
know.
15. Yeah, that's great. Okay.
Who else is going to be there? And then like we just have some really big in the UK, like music names playing. So one of the UK's biggest rappers is called P Money, and he is vegan, so he is going to be like headlining the music stage. And then there's a reggae artist called Benjamin Zephaniah. He has been talking about veganism on TV and the BBC since like the 70s, so he's like really old school, so that's cool that he's going to be there. Who else is going to be there? Jerry Carbstrong is going to be there. Fiona Oakes, if you know who she is, she's like we have a question.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how the camp grew over the years, how it became from a small thing to what it is today? Yeah, so like the first ever Vegan Campout literally just started as an excuse for a load of online vegans to meet in real life, have a bit of a party, meet each other, and we were going to go home, and like that was it. We were never going to do it again. But then after that, like people were crying on the last day, being like, this has been the best night of my life. Like, I was like, wow, like people were really taking this seriously. Like,
we have to do it again.
Yeah. And so from there, I thought, well, what if we turn this into like 1,000 people next year? But then I have like a tendency to not do anything 50%. So then I just thought, what if we make it 3,000 next year? Like, what if I take out a bank loan and an overdraft and all these things? So we got in contact with a lot of like the big activists at the time, like Earthling Gad and Joey Carbstrong, and I don't know if that vegan couple were on the first one as well. Maybe they were. And we collaborated with Viva, if you know who they are. They're like Europe's biggest vegan campaigning charity, and Juliet Galatly, who is like the director, the owner of Viva. she instantly partnered with the event. So it was really good to have like Viva's support behind us as well. And then, yeah, like from there, we just started advertising as much as we can in every kind of vegan circle, or just people that are interested in veganism or just plant-based living even. And yeah, that's how it's grown to the point now where we have one of the, biggest actors and comedians in the world headlining the event. So it's really exciting.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for coming today and letting us know about the vegan camp. If you want to go, what is the website for that?
It's just vegankampout.co.uk.
Vegankampout.co.uk.
Sorry.
Co.uk. Like
Yeah,
co.uk.
Yeah, that's like the UK web domain. Someone quickly says, does the camp come in Europe? Please answer. Yeah, so next year we're actually hopefully going to be expanding into different European countries. But for now, if you want to come and the restrictions allow you to fly to the UK, then try and come in August.
Right. And it is because for those who don't know what England looks like and where it is it's more to the south. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean,
near which city?
It's in Nottingham, which is like right in the very middle of England. So
okay, so right in
the Midlands.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's there just so that like it's equal distance to the whole country.
Yeah.
Will the camp come to Canada as well? Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to actually wrap it up today because of time.
That's fine.
But I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for showing the video of the camp out. It looks like so much fun. If anybody wants to go, you got the address there. We'll be putting some links in the description. And thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, cool. Thank you for having me on.
All right. Bye for now. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.